Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network. Wanjie Dimension Guild. Upon waking up, Luo Shen discovered that he had traveled to a plane called Wu Shen. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth revives, and the evil beasts of other worlds awaken. The chairman of the Texas Foundation in the United States used his own strength to suppress the three major evil beasts and maintain regional security in the country. Grand Master Huateng of Shencheng came to Wutong Mountain and fought fiercely for an hour to fight against king-level beasts with absolute advantage. Blow it up, blow it up. 2 king-level extraterrestrial beasts have descended on Mount Fuji, and Mount Fuji has really exploded. Where is the great master of Japan? Luo Shen is completely bewildered. What else is he doing in this terrifying world? Fortunately, I have obtained the Infinite Dimension Guild that connects the endless world. Ding! The ultimate love and the holy will never regret, the messenger of the Jade Emperor, the immortal layman of Changchun Valley, the old Taoist over 200 years old, and the Laozi will join the guild by splitting the mountain. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. The Revival of the Martial God Era, 1 Watch. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the deep city, Luo Shen looked at the TV in front with a bewildered expression. The chairman of the Texas Foundation in the United States used his own strength to suppress the 3 major evil beasts and maintain regional security in the country. The evil beasts of another world are once again approaching Washington, USA. With terrifying combat power, Cui has defeated countless neighborhoods, and Washington is in danger. Blow it up, blow it up. 2 king-level extraterrestrial beasts have descended on Mount Fuji, and Mount Fuji has really exploded. Where is the great master of Japan? The heir of the Morgan Foundation traveled thousands of miles to Washington, using an absolute advantage to deter the evil beasts of another world and pull Washington back from the brink of destruction. His appearance once again proved to the world the powerful power of the Morgan Foundation, and once again proved to the world that the Morgan Foundation will always be at the forefront of suppressing the evil beasts of another world. In the deep city of Wutong Mountain in China, the strange beasts woke up, the terrible wings that blocked the sky and the sun covered the world, and the dark shadow swallowed up everything. The king-level beasts woke up, and the deep city was going to perish. The great master Huateng of Shencheng came to Wutong Mountain and fought fiercely for an hour to suppress the king-level beasts with absolute advantages, and the king-level beasts were the leader. However, more king-level beasts were ready to be released, waiting for the day when they woke up. Is it good or bad for the recovery of heaven and earth? The revival of heaven and earth's spiritual energy is approaching. Luo Shen was completely bewildered. He had only traveled through it for a day and thought it was just like the ordinary modern world. But to his surprise, the world he traveled through was not an ordinary one, but a parallel world like the modern world he was in before, a high martial plane, a martial god plane. The historical process and cultural background of the earth are basically similar, but there are more evil beasts and cultivators. Here, cultivators are the mainstream force leading the development of the world. A powerful cultivator can have everything, wealth, power, beauty, everything. For example, the great master Huateng reached the highest level of cultivation in his middle age, the great master realm. He built the 10-cent empire with his own hands, and the wealth he possesses is unimaginable. However, these treasures are of little importance to him, because he can easily obtain such a large amount of wealth. Practitioners of the martial god plane are divided into multiple realms, including non-beginners, third-rate warriors, second-rate warriors, first-class masters, masters, and great masters. The great master is the limit of cultivators. The king-level beasts that appear in the world are actually equivalent to the great master realm of humanity. The only one who can suppress king-level beasts is the great master. Or it could be a combination of several masters who can withstand it. A great master with the terrifying power to destroy a city. Knowing these situations, Luo Shen said he's still playing with an egg. Who knows how he traveled to such a terrifying world? Especially when it comes to the revival of spiritual energy in heaven and earth, it can be very dangerous. In today's world, the amount of spiritual energy in heaven and earth is insufficient, so practicing will be very difficult. But since I don't know when, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth in this world has shown signs of revival, which has once again awakened the extraterrestrial beasts that were already dormant underground. Even the king-level beasts are restless and ready to move. Legend has it that these evil beasts all come from a different world plane. There are many pathways to other worlds around the world. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth is reviving, and it is highly likely that these channels of the other world will be opened accordingly. In the end, more evil beasts will kill from the other world to earth. Human beings not only have to deal with the extraterrestrial beasts that sleep underground and wake up at any time, but also have to guard the passage of the extraterrestrial world to prevent a surge in the number of extraterrestrial beasts. How can I play with this? Practitioner, where am I going to practice? However, the benefits for cultivators are really good. Even third-rate martial artists can receive subsidies from many countries and various preferential treatments. The identity he has traveled through now is that of a college student who waits to die for nothing, and more importantly, an orphan who waits to be eliminated by society as soon as he graduates. The country has established many martial arts academies, but the high tuition fees and talent screening directly prevent countless people from entering the academies. Luo Shen is not a student of the martial arts academy, but a student of an ordinary university. And his cultivation talent has been tested, it is perfect to the extreme waste material. Practice. It's impossible to cultivate. It's impossible to cultivate in this lifetime. You can only rely on scrolling through your phone to make ends meet. In this world, only elite cultivators are needed. Only elites can lead the direction of the world and stand at the forefront of fighting against foreign beasts. Are you a useless college student? Luo Shen has an impulse to vomit blood, and the useless college student's routine has been used on him. No, what about the benefits for travelers? Suddenly, he remembered an important point. The passers-by in other people's homes either carried terrifying golden fingers, systems, estates, or chat groups covered by various big shots kneeling and licking. What about him? What about the system? Gold finger. Was it eaten? Without golden fingers and a system, eating jujube pills on the martial god's plane. Who made me cross over? Get out, a handful of goji berries won't choke you to death. Chapter 2. Universal Dimension Guild, Second Change. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I haven't awakened my golden finger and system for a whole day. Have I finished my calf? Am I just a soy sauce maker, putting shame on the crossing army? Luo Shen wants to cry without tears, dares to feel that all beautiful scenes are just fantasies. What kind of welfare fingers for travelers are all deceiving? Having figured out the situation, Luo Shen began to contemplate something else. He is only a freshman now and his studies are very relaxed. As an orphan, should he first consider economic issues? At least there are dormitories inside the school, but when you leave, everything has to rely on money. Part-time job. It's better to steal electric scooters to make money. Investing in 10 cent is the first bucket of gold. In the end, I realized reality, and if I want to invest, I have to look at whether I have capital or not. Sure enough, the life of a salted fish should continue to be salty. Don't think about turning things around. Ding. The Wanjie Dimension Guild has been launched, vital signs have been detected, and the life forms meet the requirements. The Wanjie Dimension Guild will begin to merge. Merge 10%, merge 20%. Fusion is complete, and the Wanjie Dimension Guild will officially open. Luo Shen felt like he had been hit by an arrow in his heart, which was very painful. What about the agreed salty fish life? Is there no golden finger as agreed? What is the current situation with this thing? Can it be said that the golden finger, as a traveler, has finally arrived? Sure enough, golden finger may be late, but he will definitely not be absent. Luoshen regained his spirit, and his golden finger arrived. Next, he should have traversed all directions, defeated invincible hands in the world, and stepped on the entire plane of the martial god, right? What great master, what king-level evil beast, in front of golden finger, they are all scum. His confidence is very strong. Open the system panel and introduce the system functions. He looked up and straightened his chest, giving very skillful commands. A minute passed, and the quiet sound of needles falling around could be heard. Got it wrong. No, that sound didn't appear around, but came out of my mind. It shouldn't be wrong. Or is it that some cultivator is joking with him? It's also impossible. There's not even a ghost in the dormitory. His roommates are all academic achievers and god-level students, so there's no time to play around with him. Luo Shen carefully analyzed many possibilities and overturned them one by one. Just as he imitated the standard action of Conan, a primary school student of the Grim Reaper, who was preparing to say, "There is only one truth," a message flooded into his mind, and a chat platform also appeared in his mind. Do you want to start inviting guild members? 5 members can be invited this time. Ah, ha. Luo Shen finally understood that it was not a prank, it was really a golden finger. However, this golden finger does not explain its existence, but directly invites some members. Are all the golden fingers so beautiful now? Both are 9. Your compulsory education, why are you so excellent? Did you secretly attend tutoring classes? Is it the Universal Dimension Guild? Is it the same as the guild in the game, or is it like the chat group Golden Fingers, where you can walk horizontally with the help of big shots? After some consideration, he decisively agreed to the invitation. Ding! The first invitation is open. Ding! The ultimate love and holy will never regret, joined the guild. Ding! The messenger of the Jade Emperor has joined the guild. Ding! Elderly Changchun Valley layman, joined the guild. Ding! The old Taoist is over 200 years old and has joined the guild. Ding! I know how to split mountains and joined the guild. Watching the series of names popping up, Luoshen felt a bit confused. The ultimate love and holy will never regret. It's not a non-mainstream prank, is it? The messenger of the Jade Emperor. What kind of ghost? Is it a master who cultivates immortals night and night? Not an old resident of Changchun Valley. Can't it? The old Taoist is over 200 years old. He, in the realm of martial god, which great master doesn't have a lifespan of several hundred years. I can chop mountains. Li Shizhen's skin. Luoshen expressed exhaustion. What kind of people are these? One by one, the internet names are so beautiful. Old master of Changchun Valley. I was practicing in the valley and found out that this thing actually appeared in my mind. I don't know, what exactly is this thing? The old Taoist, who is over 200 years old, said, isn't it true that the layman is also a fellow disciple of the same sect? But where is the old Spring Valley? The old Taoist wants to pay his respects and visit, and I don't know what kind of friendship it is. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, although I don't know what the situation is, I still believe that this is some kind of powerful divine power spell. I don't know if it is the divine power exhibited by that immortal. Quickly collect the divine power, okay. Jisheng never regrets. Bastards. Who are you? Those who have the ability come forward and don't play these unconventional tricks. The ultimate love, the ultimate saint, never regrets. It's ridiculous to claim to be from a prestigious and upright sect, yet use such magic. Luoshen rubbed his eyes and said, okay, watching these guys chat, his eyes are a bit off. He needs some Zen chiming. From the conversations of these people, one can more or less guess something. The Universal Dimension Guild is probably just like the name of the guild, able to be associated with the universal dimension. And these people are dimensional planes from the world. Judging from his name and tone of speech, the young resident of Changchun Valley should be the founder of the Xiaoyao sect, Xiaoyaozi, who is a martial arts practitioner with an unparalleled martial arts realm. The old Taoist is over 200 years old, probably the legendary Taoist Zhang Sanfeng who lived for over 200 years. The messenger of the Jade Emperor, this is even simpler. As for Tai by Venus, I don't know which plane it is. After all, there are too many literary versions about these characters. For example, there are too many versions such as Journey to the West, Brilliant Spring Piggy 8 Precepts, Joyful 7 Fairies, and Baoyan Lantern. Wait, 2 White Venus. Why did Tai by Venus appear? Martial arts and immortals. The art style seems a bit different. It's a bit difficult to guess whether one will never regret the ultimate love. Judging from his tone of voice, it seems that he is still a villain. After pondering for a moment, Luo Shen spoke up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to join the Universal Dimension Guild. As soon as Luo Shen spoke, the whole room fell silent. Without him, before the name of the Luo god, there is the word president, like a star above the gods, emitting a brilliant light, very eye-catching. Guild president. Should it be the owner of this world-wide dimensional guild? Are you the president of this guild? Oh, no matter what kind of magic you cast, revoke it immediately, otherwise, no wonder I'm impolite. Luo Shen. Ding. The most sincere and holy will never regret being banned by the president for 10 minutes. The ultimate love and holy will never regret. Looking around, he felt a bit confused. I always feel like I've been targeted by the president, why is that? Chapter 3. Not targeting someone, but targeting all. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Old Changchun Valley layman. His terrible authority. The meaning of prohibition is that you can't speak anymore. Lao Dao, over 200 years old, said, I'm quite curious. What is a 10-minute ban? How long is a 10-minute ban? The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, expressing the same curiosity, is it some kind of time definition outside the 6 realms? Luo Shen. Dang. The president's teaching class is starting. The so-called minute is actually the unit of time measurement in my world. There are 24 hours in a day, 60 minutes in each hour, and 60 seconds in each minute. Old Changchun Valley layman. The world of the president. Wait, what does the world of the president really mean? Xiaoyaozi looked at the chat content of the guild and asked if he really had a dizzy old eye. The president and he are not from the same world. Oh my god, the president comes from the underworld, pretending to be a corpse. Luo Shen. So, if you're curious, why don't you open the guild instructions to check? The old Taoist, over 200 years old, said, Old Changchun Valley layman. The messenger of the Jade Emperor. What the president said is so reasonable, there is no way to find a rebuttal. The guild fell into silence, and Lord Luo knew they had gone to check the guild's instructions. He is also checking, and he is still very curious about the affairs of this guild. It is certain that the Universal Dimension Guild can connect countless planes. The people who join the guild come from different planes, such as Tai by Venus. There is such a character in many planes, and it is also possible for 2 Tai by Venus to appear at the same time in the guild. Although they may appear to be related, they come from different world planes and are actually not related. The development process of different worlds will vary to some extent. As the president of the guild, Luo Shen also has certain authority. For example, banning words and asking these dog members to understand what autism is and what authority is every minute. Guilds can be upgraded. Currently, there are relatively few guild functions, but as the upgrade progresses, the guild's functions will gradually become stronger. For example, Time travel symbols that can shuttle to other member worlds can be purchased directly in the system mall. After a while, the guild chat room became lively again. The ultimate love and holy will never regret. Crossing the infinite plane of the guild. It's a bit interesting, very similar to Buddhism's one sand, one world, one tree, one Bodhi. But can you cover my eyes with strange and chaotic things? Oh, I look too high on myself. Yang has been dominating the martial arts world for many years, and has never seen any battles before. Luo Shen. Permission Wang warning. JPG, without hesitation, Luo Shen sent a picture, indicating why this guy only owes so much. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, the terrifying power of the Wang faction, but the guild that connects all worlds, is really powerful. Is this targeting me, President? Said the most sincere and holy person, never regretting he once again felt targeted. Why was it that he was only banned and warned when no one else had any problems? The old Taoist, who is over 200 years old, said, at the most sincere and holy will never regret. Little brother, please be calm and don't be impatient. Your Excellency, the President, shouldn't be targeting you alone. Luo Shen. At old Taoist, over 200 years old, forbidden big wheel. JPG, the old Taoist, over 200 years old, said, See, he's really right. This president is targeting everyone. The president hasn't even said anything yet, why are the dog members jumping off one by one so badly? Old master of Changchun Valley. Even so, I still think it's a prank. Goodbye. But if it's not a prank, I'll ask everyone in the underworld when I die in the future. Did Luoshen touch his nose, still think it was a prank? The mysterious and unpredictable Xiaoyaozi in legend, why is his speech so cheap? Yes, the people in front of them are too mysterious and novel for the Thousand Realm Dimension Guild. It is understandable that Tai by Venus can be accepted in a short period of time. After all, he is just a fairy, and he is also a very powerful fairy. Although he is a kind-hearted person, he cannot ignore his own cultivation. It's not too difficult to make these people completely believe it. For example, live streaming. Live streaming his world in the guild, with various high-tech products from modern society, completely different architectural styles, and so on, will definitely make them believe. However, it is not ruled out that others may think it is a cover-up. How can we ensure that everything is foolproof? Luoshen is very curious and eagerly anticipates these people. It goes without saying that Zhang Sanfeng and Xiaoyaozi are both top-notch warriors in the martial arts world. Zhang Sanfeng, the great master of martial arts, is absolutely terrifying in his power. His self-created pure yang wuji gong, tai chi fist, and so on have infinite power. Not to mention Xiaoyaozi, although there is very little description of him in the Tianlong Babu, he is completely confident in his power. If we were to pit some martial arts cultivation techniques from their hands, wouldn't it be? But just thinking about it, it seems like his talent is useless and he can't cultivate at all. This is very frustrating. Thinking of these, Luoshen's whole body is not good. Ding. The Thousand Realm Dimension Guild has activated its president privilege. Memory Copy Transfer. Chapter 4. The Legend of PY Trading, for Changes. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Memory Copy Transfer. Luoshen opened the president's privileges to view the instructions and quickly fully understood. The so-called memory copy transmission refers to the ability of the Luo god to send the things he knows in his mind, including the world plot where Zhang Sanfeng and others are located, to the guild in the form of files. And these memory files allow Luoshen to freely choose their length. For example, he can only send half of a world's plot and keep the rest. Members of the guild are free to download memory copies for viewing. With the privilege of being a president, Luoshen already knows how to make these people completely believe in the existence of the guild. Having a memory copy will definitely make them believe it completely. Luoshen is very confident, and his first choice is Zhang Sanfeng. But, which world is Zhang Sanfeng from? Is it from the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber, or from Zhang Sanfeng of Taoism? Or could it be the divine carving of Zhang Sanfeng? Or is it the one inside the young Zhang Sanfeng? It's really too complicated. However, there are too many ways to know. Luo Shen. I'm over 200 years old, how is your disciple now? I am over 200 years old and said, is what your excellency the president said about Wuji. Wait, why did your excellency the president know about Wuji? Zhang Sanfeng said it's messy, as if the president knows a lot about him. Luo Shen has been able to determine which world Zhang Sanfeng is from. It's from the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber. Ding. Guild President Luo Shen uploads a memory copy of Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber, and guild members can freely download and view it. I know how to split mountains. I have downloaded a memory copy. The Ultimate Love, Ultimate Holiness, and No Regrets have been downloaded as a memory copy. I am over 200 years old and have downloaded a memory copy. Old Changchun Valley Jusher has downloaded a memory copy. The Messenger of the Jade Emperor has downloaded a memory copy. Members downloaded memory copies one by one, and the guild fell into silence. Luoshen nodded slightly satisfied, and suddenly he noticed a situation. Do I know how to split mountains? It seems that this guy hasn't even made a splash since joining the guild, is it sinking to the bottom? But from the fact that he downloaded the memory copy at the first time, it appears that this product has been constantly peeking at the screen. Terrifying, encountering the legendary peeping dog. Judging from his name, it is really difficult to determine the identity of the other party. At present, there are two people who are difficult to determine their identities. One is the one who will never regret the ultimate love, and the other is that Laozi knows how to split mountains. What exactly are their identities? The guild remained silent for a while, and the quiet chat room exploded with a loud bang. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, terrifying like this really true? Is it really true? Shiba Go's eyes are bulging. JPG. The pictures in the chat box are really fun. I am over 200 years old and said, that great monk named Chengkuan deserves to die for his crimes. Such a wicked person, such a wicked person. Chengkuan certainly deserves to die, but the 6 major sects, said Jiqing Jisheng without regret. Zhang Sanfeng said he couldn't accept it. He appeared in the memory copy, although not the protagonist, but also played a crucial role. From the various situations of the memory copy, the guild is real, and the memory copy is also real. This memory copy records the future progress of his world. One thing he couldn't accept was that the entire martial arts world was being played with by that bastard Chengkuan. And his disciples actually died because they were framed by the other party, or else they were crippled. I am over 200 years old and said, infinite heavenly sovereign, I must find that bastard and restore the innocence of the world. Old master of Changchun Valley. Don't be impatient, don't be impatient. Take things slowly. Although I don't know why Chengkuan attacked the Central Plains martial arts world, ignoring the lives of so many people in the world is contrary to morality. Old master of Changchun Valley. Brother Dao, let's make that Chengkuan spiral upwards. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, and I am over 200 years old. If you need it, Taoist, I will give you a brush of dust as a gesture of friendship. I will ensure that the brush of dust will make Chengkuan scream. It is obvious that these people have fully recognized the existence of the guild and also recognized the situation of the memory copy. One of the functions of a guild is that members can send red envelopes to each other. The things inside the red envelope can be everything. Whether it's food, weapons, etc., they can all be stuffed into red envelopes and sent to others. I am over 200 years old and said, at Luoshen, Your Excellency, do you know the details of the Guangdingding War and the subsequent plot? Luo Shen. Some. The plot he uploaded is just a battle to the light peak. Moreover, the Battle of the Bright Summit is still halfway through, and the subsequent plot is truly unsettling. Ding. I have sent you a red envelope over 200 years old, please check it. On the private chat interface, a red envelope is very eye-catching. Luo Shen said that Zhang Sanfeng is truly a mature and refined person, and all the gates and paths in it are clear. Open the red envelope and 2 books fall into your hands. Tai Chi Boxing, Pure Yang Wuji Skill. Surprisingly, these 2 sets of divine skills. I am over 200 years old and said, Your Excellency, regarding the 9 Yang scripture, if you find Wuji, I will present it to Your Excellency. Old Changchun Valley layman. Terrifying, is this the legendary PY transaction? Terrifying, the president in charge of the memory instance, terrifying like this. Luo Shen said that such a transaction is very comfortable, please make sure to come a few more times. With just a flick of the hand, it becomes a complete memory copy of the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber. Sure enough, the 5 members quickly downloaded. After a moment, the chat room exploded again. I am over 200 years old and said, I didn't expect that the Battle of Guangming Peak would result in such heavy losses in the Central Plains martial arts world. Ah. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, Chengkuan is extremely vicious. For the sake of personal grievances, he even wants the entire Central Plains martial arts world to be buried with him. Old Master of Changchun Valley. Actually, I think it's better for everyone to calm down a bit. Heaven has the virtue of good life, so there's no need to be too anxious. Don't throw away the broken Chengkuan. Wrap it in flour, put it in an oil pan, and fry until golden brown. The chicken flavor is crispy, and even the child next door is crying. I am over 200 years old and said, I silently took back the Tai Chi I had practiced and brought a bowl of Yangchun noodles to my fellow Taoist. Come on, quickly take my 40-meter big knife. And give me an apple to sharpen, Taoist, said the most sincere and holy person without regret. Jiqing Jisheng never regrets. Besides, I want to know why the people of the 6 major sects have their minds full of pitfalls. They are being fooled around by one person, but they have all hit my Mingjiao. Although, the strength of the 6 major sects is not very good. Quiet. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said. It seems like something extraordinary has been discovered, people from the same world. Luo Shen said, at the ultimate love and the holy will never regret. You shouldn't be Yang Xiao, right? Yang Xiao is the #1 lover in Mingjiao. I am over 200 years old and said, Old Changchun Valley layman. The messenger of the Jade Emperor. Laozi can chop mountains and say, Ding. It has been detected that guild members highly recognized the memory copy, and the chairman's points have increased by 1,000 points. Ding. The guild points system is officially launched. Chapter 5. Isn't it just a matter of sowing beans to become a soldier? You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Poor Taoist, over 200 years old. Guild points system. What kind of thing? Luo Shen remained silent and turned to check the explanation of the points, then took a screenshot and placed it in the guild chat room. The system mall has a time travel card, which requires points to purchase. The points of a time travel card are 100 points. At the same time, points can also enhance abilities and items, but the enhancement system needs to be activated before it can be strengthened. Old Master of Changchun Valley. I see, there's such a big role to play. Wait a minute, was that Yang Xiao who just appeared? Not bad, it's Yang. Yang Xiao admitted his identity without hesitation, and he is now the acting leader of the Ming sect, the left envoy of the light Yang Xiao. Even if there is Zhang Sanfeng, the founder of Wutong's sect, present now, he will not have any fear. I am over 200 years old and said, so, Yang Zhuo, why don't we discuss things about Chengkuan? Upon learning that it was really Yang Xiao, Zhang Sanfeng's mood was a bit complicated. To some extent, Mingjiao is the victim. But the negative impact of Mingjiao on the martial arts world is really significant. Mingjiao believers act recklessly, which he cannot agree with. Elder Changchun layman. Taoist, is this going to do the legendary pimping? Jean, the director of the museum, is the panda surprised. JPG Laozi can chop mountains and say, I am over 200 years old and said. Why do Taoist friends say that? I am over 200 years old and said, the grudges between the 6 major sects and Mingjiao were all caused by Qingkuan. Naturally, we should discuss how to deal with Qingkuan. For the sake of peace in the world, I am willing to go down the mountain. Old Master of Changchun Valley. You've taken it seriously as a Taoist priest. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, I feel the strong killing intent of the Taoist. This time, I support the Taoist. I am over 200 years old and said, Qingkuan, for his own personal grudges, slaughtered his disciples all over his family. He also used his disciples to provoke enmity between Mingjiao and the righteous in the martial arts world, and threw himself into the Ruyang prince's mansion to harm the martial arts of the Central Plains. I am over 200 years old and said, the old Taoist rarely harms people's lives, but at this moment, it is really difficult to hold back. Poor disciple of the old Taoist, he has been tricked and harmed miserably. Zhang Sanfeng said that after reading the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber, he was really unhappy. There are too many things inside that make him dissatisfied, and even make him feel angry. Especially regarding the matter of Qingkuan, it is really difficult for him to approach it calmly. Although there is no battle of the Bright Summit yet, his disciple has indeed died. According to the time, his grandson Zhang Wuji should have come out of Kunlun Mountain, that is to say, he has learned the 9-yang manual. Before saying these things, don't you think Wutong owes too much to Mingjiao? Zhang Zhenren. Yang Xiao couldn't conceal his anger and couldn't agree with the final outcome. Although we won, the cost was too great. Many of these things, a major factor is that the 6 major factions did not investigate seriously. If investigated seriously, could Qingkuan still hide for so long? Funny. Luo Shen. You have been discussing so much now, but you have forgotten a very important point, which is the court. Luo Shen said, after all, Qingkuan is just a chess piece, just a piece in Zhao Min's hand. Suddenly, he felt a bit pitiful for the big monk. He was such a schemer, but he fell into the hands of a little girl. I am over 200 years old and said, Your Excellency, what you said is that we should indeed consider issues related to the court. Ah. Luo Shen looked expressionlessly at these dog members. Although they all looked like talented people, could they be more comprehensive when discussing things? Yang Xiao is at least a clever and resourceful person, how could he still make mistakes? Luo Shen said, by the way, at the messenger of the Jade Emperor, are you really the white gold star? Old Changchun Valley layman. The legendary immortal, 2 White Venus. I am over 200 years old and said. Is it 2 White Venus? Zhang Sanfeng said that he is very curious. As a Taoist, he is willing to believe in the existence of immortals. Now, a great immortal appears in the guild and he really wants to ask. Can cultivators give some guidance? The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, does the president also know my identity? Tai Bai Jingxing expressed his surprise, almost startling his old bones. The president seems to know a lot. If there is a memory copy of Zhang Sanfeng's world, will there be a memory copy of his world? Luo Shen said, it seems right. After all, the 10,000 Realm Dimension Guild doesn't need to be too surprised. I just don't know which worlds Tai by Venus you are from, after all, Tai by Venus also exists in many parallel worlds. Can you tell me about your recent situation? The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, what's going on lately? Well, a monkey demon has appeared on the Flower and Fruit Mountain in the lower realm recently, but there have been many incidents. The Jade Emperor is preparing to capture it, but I can't say for sure. It's better to recruit and secure it. Zhaoan Sun Wukong. Upon reflection, Luo Shen understood that he must be the platinum star in the world of Journey to the West. Luo Shen. I roughly know. The group of Tai by Jin Xing in the Lingxiao treasure hall calmly looked at the people next to them. I suddenly realized that being distracted in front of these people is so exciting. However, the president indeed knows about things in his world, so there should be a memory copy of this world, right? Just as he was about to go to the guild to inquire, he suddenly realized that the guild's topic had moved on to the world of Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber, and was still discussing the Battle of the Bright Summit. I am over 200 years old and said, if the Battle of Guangmingding really breaks out, the casualties will be devastating. Anyway, we must stop it. Indeed, since we know the plot, it's hard to justify not doing something, said the old resident of Changchun Valley. I am over 200 years old and said, the trouble is not only in the martial arts struggle, but also in the Yuan army. There are many Yuan soldiers, which are difficult to deal with. Old Master of Changchun Valley. It's really difficult to deal with, but you can consider setting obstacles at Guangming Peak, which can have some effect. If it really doesn't work, first assassinate the king of Ruyang. Xiaoyaozi said that these are just routine operations. Assassinating the king of Ruyang seems very feasible. However, Zhang Sanfeng did not think so. King Ruyang was at least his future father-in-law, and how could he kill him? Furthermore, if the king of Ruyang is assassinated, it will surely attract even more insane retaliation from the court. Laozi knew how to split mountains and said, actually, there's no need to discuss. No matter how many people he brings, wouldn't one just sow beans and become a soldier? The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, it seems to be from the immortal family. I don't know which path the immortal family is from. Luo Shen said, did another member of the immortal family come? Breaking the mountain. Lying on the trough, wouldn't you be a big shot? P.S. Elderly Changchun Valley layman. Infinite Heavenly Sovereign, finally uploaded after major repairs. The new book needs everyone's care, please collect more, support with flowers. How about the art of longevity given to you by the poor? Chapter 6. Tai by Jin Xing of Tu Tai, Geng. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Looking at many martial arts worlds, how many martial arts are there that can split mountains? Almost none. It's not a problem for top warriors to destroy a city, just like the great masters of the world where Luo Shen is currently located. But it should be a little stronger. For example, Zhang Sanfeng and others. And even the supreme martial arts in the world of wind and clouds, it is not difficult to destroy a mountain. But the saying, I can split mountains about spreading beans to become a soldier is a divine skill of the immortal family, and not all immortal families can learn it. Undoubtedly, he is also a member of the immortal family. Judging from the name, a name comes to mind. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, at Luoshen, does the president know the identity of Laozi who can chop mountains? He was very curious about what identity the other person, who was also from the immortal family, had only recently become a member of the guild. And as soon as he spoke, he had the magical ability to turn beans into soldiers. He spoke so arrogantly. Who the hell is this guy? He just grabbed and clucked. Old Changchun Valley layman. At Luoshen, does the president really know his identity? Why not reveal it? After all, the president should know everyone's identity. Sigh, the terrible president. I suspect that the president may have become a worm in our stomach. Xiaoyaozi, you are crazily probing on the brink of death. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, yes, the president should know a lot. However, if that fairy friend has any concerns, let's forget about it. Luo Shen said, after all, it's a kind-hearted person named Tai by Jin Xing. I can really guess some. Tai by Venus is an absolute kind-hearted person, and his personality determines that he has countless friends in the sky. Just because he is willing to help others can make many people become close friends with him. He is as rebellious as Sun Wukong, with so many powerful immortal families in the heavenly court. He only has a special respect for Tai by Jin Xing. In the hands of so many high officials in the heavenly court, perhaps only what Tai by Jin Xing says will Sun Wukong listen. It can be seen that the personality charm of Tai by Venus is still good. However, due to his good personality, many things appear a bit indecisive, making people feel too weak. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, "The president has praised me, praised me." Tai by Jin Xing is a bit overshadowed, isn't the kind person praising him. But it always feels like there's something wrong. Old Master of Changchun Valley. After knowing the identity of Tai by Jin Xing, I suddenly wanted to go to the world of Tai by Jin Xing. After all, those who cultivate immortals are those who cultivate immortals. I am over 200 years old and said, I also have an impulse, but when I saw the explanation of the time travel symbol, I panicked. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, "What's wrong with the crossing talisman?" The time travel symbol can only be used after reaching 15 members of the guild, and if used, it must be approved by the members of the world to travel, or with the consent of the guild leader to travel. A screenshot of the explanation was thrown into the guild, and the guild fell into a moment of silence. Old Master of Changchun Valley. How can I put it, there are really many restrictions. If I don't agree, I won't be able to cross it. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, but the president agrees that we can also travel through time, right? At president, why not? Luo Shen. Just to be clear, I won't interfere and change the world progress of guild members. Therefore, if you want to travel to the world of other members, please obtain the permission of guild members. Of course, there are some special exceptions. For example, if you are going to play or something, I think you can still go. Luo Shen. In short, it will affect the progress of the world and must be approved by the members of the world they belong to. This is for fairness and also for the harmony of the guild. Clarifying this point is also for the sake of fairness, otherwise everything will be chaotic. Strictly speaking, there is no problem with the president's decision. After all, it's an individual who doesn't want others to mess around in their own world, right? Said the resident of Changchun Valley. I am over 200 years old and said, there is no doubt about this. But now, I am preparing to change the course of the world and destroy Qing Kuan's dog head ahead of time. The ultimate love and holy will never regret. No, the dog head of Qing Kuan must be destroyed by Mingjiao. The hatred of Master Yang must be personally resolved by Mingjiao. I am over 200 years old and said, did Yang Zhuo forget that the disciples of the old Taoist were also tricked by Qing Kuan? Jiqing Jisheng never regrets. That's your matter with wutong. Humph, it's in vain or the 6 major sections. Your eyes are so cloudy. Zhang Sanfeng said it's heartbreaking, don't say that. At least, we will still be in laws in the future. Thinking about how his disciple Yin Lighting had arched Yang Buhui, Zhang Sanfeng's old face almost turned into a chrysanthemum smile. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, is that person from Qingkuan? Although I really want to teach him a lesson, unfortunately, the time travel talisman is not useful now. Luo Shen. So only I am still following the immortal family leader who just froze. It seems that everyone has been mocked by Qing Kuan and forgotten the key big shot. Hey, can you still have a bit of a stance? Can you care about the fragile inner world of the big shot? The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, huh. Yes, and I know how to split mountains. I don't know who the immortal friend is. Laozi knew how to chop mountains and said, the white Venus is about to harm people's lives now. Do you want to visit the Temple of Justice? The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, what did this immortal friend say? Who doesn't have a temper yet? Look at Qing Kuan, shouldn't he be trampled to death? Laozi would split the mountain and say, it's the first time I've seen such a dragging Tai by Jin Xing, humph. Obviously, this immortal master is quite angry. Tai by Jin Xing said, who are you? Although we are good people, why do you stand up in front of us? Maybe it's the land mountain god that emerged from the corners of the mountain. Returning to the Temple of Justice. Hehe, what the hell is that? Luoshen helped his forehead. Should I send out journey to the west now? Luoshen said, and I know how to chop mountains. If I'm not mistaken, you're the legendary justice god Erlang, Yang Jian, who is known for chopping the peach mountain with an axe, right? I am over 200 years old and said, Erlang Shen. Old master of Changchun Valley. It seems like. Even more fierce than Tai by Jin Xing. Let's fight, let's fight. The messenger of the Jade Emperor. The god of justice. Erlang Shen. Oh my god, it seems like someone has really been provoked. President, what should I do? Chapter 7. Memory copy of Journey to the West, 2. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The conclusion drawn by Luo Shen caused a loud explosion in the entire guild. First, a platinum star was already eye-catching enough, and now a legendary Erlang Xiancheng Jinjuan Yang Jian, or some kind of judicial god, has emerged. Why is this so noisy? Why are there so many bosses in the guild, and they are just scumbags? Even a great martial arts master like Zhang Sanfeng, who has no desires or demands, now feels like his cultivation is like a scumbag. The shackles of the great master's realm have not been broken through for many years. His cultivation has reached the highest level that ordinary people can cultivate, and he can no longer break through. Now, with the appearance of the two members of the immortal family, he seems to see hope and hope for breakthrough. If we break through again, we can no longer call them mortals, can we? Xiaoyaozi expressed that she is very calm and not at all vain. Anyway, in the world of the Tianlong Babu, he lives very well. Let's let them make a fuss about the external disturbances. In the Heavenly Court Judicial Temple, Yang Jian's gaze was clearly clouded. Does the president also know his identity? Can it be said that there are also so-called memory copies in his world? The feeling of being peeked into the future is really uncomfortable. But also from this point, he suddenly realized that guilds are really an amazing place. Especially the president, is it someone who wields a powerful force? Among the three realms, it seems that I have never heard of this number one person. No, the president is not from his world, so too many complex ideas appeared in his mind, but Yang Jian shook his head and still couldn't figure them out. Then he made a dangerous decision. Lu Yanchang, thief, look at the fight. Yang Jian didn't make any fuss in the guild, and Luoshen didn't say much. Anyway, he knows Yang Jian very well. In the world of Baoyan lanterns, he is just a cold and aloof male god. Never caring about how others perceive him, only sticking to the justice in one's own heart and doing many things for it. Although there are also many heinous things. However, overall, he should be considered a person who is both righteous and evil, only sticking to his own beliefs. For the sake of faith, slaughtering hundreds of cities, slaughtering thousands of cities, he wouldn't think there was anything. On the contrary, Tai Bai Jin Xing felt much more relaxed. Although he knew it was not from the same world, he always felt a bit empty when he heard Yang Jian's name. Although he also has a high level of cultivation, Yang Jian is the most powerful warrior in the Heavenly Court. Is it just a casual remark about the Heavenly Court's military prowess? And now, this Erlang god has also developed to a very powerful level in his world. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, Your Excellency, could you please send me a copy of the memory of my world? Tai Bai Jin Xing expressed that he was very panicked and needed to know the future of his world. Perhaps there would be a big shot who could hold on to his thigh. And knowing the world plot is the only way to have a solution. Luo Shen. No problem, isn't it just a memory copy? Luo Shen decisively threw up the memory copy of Journey to the West. Ding. The messenger of the Jade Emperor has downloaded a memory copy. Ding. The ultimate love, ultimate holiness, and no regrets have been downloaded as a memory copy. Ding. Elderly Changchun Valley juicer has downloaded the memory copy. Ding. I am over 200 years old and have downloaded a memory copy. Ding. Young Jian, the god of justice, has downloaded a memory copy. All 5 members have downloaded it. Old Changchun Valley layman. Satisfied, there's a plot to add. The guild chat room instantly quieted down, obviously they were all going to make up for it. Luoshen is full of emotion, what a harmonious guild it is. Ah, ha. It seems like something's wrong. It seems that Yang Jian's name has changed. Sure enough, among these dog members, Yang Jian is the most serious. If he were in school, Yang Jian would be a real academic bully, and the rest would be academic scumbags, not serious at all. Luoshen's gaze withdrew from the guild chat room and turned to pondering what Zhang Sanfeng had given him. Chunyang Wuji Gong and Tai Chi boxing techniques. Chunyang Wuji Gong was created by Zhang Sanfeng. This technique is the highest internal mental skill of Wutong's sect and also a necessary practice for protecting and defending oneself. In terms of power, it can be considered as the top of all factions. If used in conjunction with Tai Chi techniques, the power will be further enhanced. However, holding such a good martial arts technique in his hand, he had no choice. His talent for useless materials seems to be beyond cultivation. What should I do? Is it possible that with the golden finger of the guild, he can only become a scrap? Is his existence just to help other members of the guild? Hee, that's too funny. After hesitating for a long time, he returned to the guild chat room again, where the people had already started discussing the plot of Journey to the West. Even Yang Jian was involved in it. Old Master of Changchun Valley. It's terrifying. Even if it's as strong as a platinum star, is it just a dragon trap in the world of Journey to the West? It hasn't caused any disasters for Tang Monk and his disciples, so it's a bad review. The messenger of the Jade Emperor. I have 10,000 MMP sentences in my heart that I want to tell you, I don't know if you can handle it or not. I'm over 200 years old and said, actually, you don't have to worry too much. Like me, I'm also a good actor. Well, there are still quite a few scenes. Is there anything that comforts people like this? Tai Bai Jinxing expressed that he was very aggrieved, and even had the urge to lift the table in the Lingxiao Palace. Luo Shen said, although it's a dragon trap, it's also better than being carefree. How can the plot in Journey to the West be said well? After watching the great sage of Qi Tian, he was forced to become a sunwalker. Born in response to heaven and earth, he should have traveled freely and carefree, but ultimately became a monk who protected mortals and obtained scriptures. Yang Jian, the god of justice, said, it makes sense. The demon king is at this point, The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, why are we all discussing the matter of Sun Wukong? Shouldn't we discuss me? At Luoshen, chairman, is there any way to not use the dragon trap? Also, at Justice God Yang Jian, why did your name change? Chapter 8. A tranquil batch of Xiaoyaozi, even thinking. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yes, why did your name change? I am over 200 years old and said, do guilds still have functions that we don't know about? Changchun Xiaoyaozi, a young man, said, I can still change my name. What do you think of my name? Luo Shen. Sure enough, have you all shifted your attention to the name? Touch the head of Tai by Jin Xing, don't cry, face people bravely. No, you're not human. Face the immortal path bravely. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, isn't it human? It always feels right, but there seems to be something wrong. President, can't we really change the way we use dragon traps? Luo Shen is covered in black lines, and Tai by Jin Xing now has a deep obsession with the word dragon suit. Thinking that he was at least a powerful immortal family, he became a dragon trap in Journey to the West, which had some effect in the early stage but was basically useless in the later stage. It's natural to have such a sad feeling of being lost, isn't it? If it weren't for him recruiting Sun Wukong, where would there be so many moths behind him? Where else is there a destiny protagonist born? Humph, so the dragon trap in the dragon trap, this identity is not suitable for him. Luo Shen. I'm curious. Since I already know the world plot, why do you still ask how to change your fate as a dragon trap? The messenger of the Jade Emperor said. Ha. It seems reasonable, huh? Perhaps I can do something, such as speaking more in the Lingxiao Palace and riding on the heat. Thank you, the President, for reminding me. Ding. The messenger of the Jade Emperor has sent you a red envelope, please check it. Do you have any red envelopes again? With such a good thing, of course, God Luo will not show any courtesy. Can the gift from the immortal be simple? Open the red envelope, inside is a jade bottle, which contains several small pills with detailed annotations. Qionglu Wash Marrow Pill can improve people's physical fitness. Even a waste material that cannot be cultivated naturally can change one's constitution even if one goes down, and the changed constitution will be terrifying. Luoshen's eyes lit up, and Tai by Jin Xing unexpectedly sent him what he needed the most at this moment. Xiandan, this is a safe Xiandan. The messenger of the Jade Emperor said, the Qionglu Wash Marrow Pill is an elixir refined by the Supreme Lord. Although it is not a very precious elixir, please do not take it for granted. When the Supreme Lord has a good elixir in the future, I will ask for a few more for him. Luoshen said that he would never refuse such a thing. Can the elixir refined by the Supreme Old Lord be simple? Now that he has the elixir, he can cultivate and even use the power of the guild to elevate his cultivation to a terrifying level in a short period of time. Poor Taoist Zhang Sanfeng said, hiss the legendary elixir, can you live forever after eating it? Xiaoyaozi, a young man from Changchun, said, why did the Taoist's name change? However, things like Changchun do exist. Poor Taoist Zhang Sanfeng said, I always feel ashamed to be over 200 years old in the guild. The old Taoist is still young. Changchun Xiaoyaozi said, cough, compared to the two members of the immortal family, he is indeed very young. However, I am curious. How will the Taoist priest prepare to deal with the Battle of Guangming Peak next? And there is also Song Qingshu, the disciple's son who has done so many evil things. Zhang Sanfeng said it's heartbreaking. Song Qingshu, at least for now, is a very good heir in his eyes. The future wutong should also be entrusted to him. But from the plot, the changes in Song Qingshu in the later period are really too big. Being infatuated with Zhou Zhirua, he committed acts of fraternity and even wanted to poison him. It's really difficult for him to accept such guilt. Actually, I think it's better to expel such a person from the school. Or, when he hasn't grown up yet, suppress him, said Xiaoyaozi from Changchun, a young man. Poor Taoist Zhang Sanfeng. Is that so? Changchun Xiaoyaozi, a young man, said, yes, it's absolutely right to believe in poverty. Unobedient children, keep them for the Chinese New Year. Luo Shen. I hope you can still say things like this in the future at not old Changchun Xiaoyaozi, old Changchun Xiaoyaozi. Young Changchun Xiaoyaozi. President, don't be scary. Luo Shen. Calm down, but let me reveal one thing. Your disciples love and kill each other the most. Love and kill each other. Xiaoyaozi said she couldn't calm down and opened her eyes to look at the beautiful scenery in the valley, feeling very complicated. Can we say that we will also be like Song Qingshu in the future? If so, should we go out of the mountain first and beat up those little brats? Returning to the guild chat room, it seemed that Luoshen had understood something as he did not release the memory copy. Ding! Changchun Xiaoyaozi has sent you a red envelope, please check it. Another red envelope. Although there was a slight sense of shame, at this moment, Luoshen said that he had lost everything about shame. Before you have strength, you can earn as much as you can. Opening the red envelope, Luo Shen was a bit surprised. Surprisingly, it's the Northern Underworld divine skill and the eternal Changchun skill. I feel like Xiaoyaozi has obtained the method of immortality. Luo Shen muttered to himself, there is an eternal spring valley in Dali, where everyone can live to be over 100 years old, and the centenarians have black hair and rosy faces, like teenagers in their teens. There was originally a magical book in the valley that taught people how to live forever. Later, this divine book was given to Xiaoyaozi, leaving only a spring that made people drink and maintain their youth for a long time. Changchun Gong is created by Xiaoyaozi based on the divine book, and it will last forever. This is a very powerful martial arts mental technique. Perhaps, Xiaoyaozi's cultivation is not limited to the Great Master, but to a stronger realm than the Great Master. Just like the world he is currently in, the Great Master should correspond to the realm of a Great Master like Zhang Sanfeng, possessing the powerful power to destroy a city and suppress a domain. But in the early years, before the spiritual energy of heaven and earth was depleted, there were still higher realms in the realm of martial gods, such as the innate realm, the peerless realm, and so on. The innate realm, according to legend, is already a realm that transcends the limits of humanity. The unity of heaven and humanity, the power unleashed, is truly terrifying. Xiaoyaozi may already be an innate realm, or even a peerless realm. Given such excellent martial arts skills, Luo Shen did not hide any hidden truths and directly threw the memory copy of the Tianlong Babu up. In an instant, 5 members downloaded the memory copy. Luo Shen no longer paid attention and took out the Qionglu marrow wash pill. As soon as he closed his eyes, he continued to take it. Chapter 9. Your hanging device has been delivered to 4th watch. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Take a fairy pill into your stomach. As soon as it was put into his mouth, the Qionglu marrow wash pill turned into a cool stream, rushing into his throat and merging into his body. In just an instant, his body erupted into a sound like stir-fried beans, with a terrifying crackling sound. The thin stream swept through his body, causing him to undergo a very noticeable change every time it passed through. His muscles, bones, and blood seemed to be undergoing some kind of transformation. Just like sublimation, the exhilarating feeling made his pores open all over his body, and he felt so comfortable that he wanted to moan out loud. This wonderful feeling lasted for about 10 minutes before it ended. When he opened his eyes again, he could clearly see the changes that the elixir had brought to his body. He was already handsome, but now his skin is whiter than snow. Although he doesn't have exaggerated lines, he feels his muscles are strong and powerful, and even a punch can knock over a cow. Ding! Detected that the guild leader has energy, activate the guild leader privilege. The guild leader can unconditionally accept a member's abilities without using points to upgrade. Ding! Do you want to choose one of Zhang Sanfeng's current red envelope abilities? Tai Chi Boxing and Pure Yang Wuji Gong to upgrade. Ding! Currently, Xiaoyaozi has red envelope abilities such as Beiming Divine Skill and Eternal Changchun Skill. Would you like to choose one of them to upgrade? Luo Shen immediately understood this so-called president privilege. Union members send ability red packets to him, and as the president, he has the power to directly elevate the acquired abilities to the level of union members without using point enhancement. For example, Zhang Sanfeng's Tai Chi Fist. After using the privileges of the president, Luo Shen was able to perfectly accept Zhang Sanfeng's Tai Chi techniques and elevate the level of Tai Chi techniques to the same level as Zhang Sanfeng. Wutong's Pure Yang Wuji Gong is extremely exquisite and a first-class internal mental skill in the martial arts world. However, Zhang Sanfeng has been studying Tai Chi throughout his life, and his proficiency in Tai Chi should be above that of Pure Yang Wuji Gong. Xiaoyaozi's Beiming Divine Skill and Changchun Skill, which will last forever, are both more cost-effective, right? Luo Shen made a decision at the first moment, using the privileges of the president to upgrade Tai Chi and Beiming Divine Arts. At the moment of acceptance, a warm current quickly merged with him in his body. In this warm current lies a majestic aura, which is vast and boundless, like a chaotic beast that devours the sky and the earth, capable of devouring everything. At this moment, the terrifying power of Qionglu Marrow Washing Pill merged with this aura, forming a majestic true qi. This is the true qi of Biming divine skill. And now, this true qi is automatically transformed into a martial spirit. Wuling is the energy of the cultivator in the world he is currently in. The body of Luo Shen made a crackling sound of stir-frying beans, which was even more intense than when he had just used the Qionglu Wash Marrow pill. This time, it lasted for a full 30 minutes before it ended. The exhilarating feeling rushed from the soles of his feet to the sky, completely relaxing him. Finally, he opened his eyes and stood up to move his bones. Qi Shi, right grabbing the bird's tail, left single whip. A complete set of Tai Chi techniques naturally began to be used, as if they had been practiced countless times. Combined with the true Qi of Biming divine skill, the airflow in the dormitory swirled, forming a vortex over him. The vortex is extremely terrifying, as if there is a tendency to suck everything in. That is the effect of compressing the true energy of Biming to the extreme. Otherwise, his Tai Chi style combined with Biming divine arts would have shattered the entire dormitory building. After playing a game, Luo Shen breathed a little, feeling empty inside, and his martial spirit had already dried up. Although he possesses the level of Xiaoyaozi's Biming divine skill, he does not have much power. The martial spirit transformed from his body still relies on the powerful power of the Qionglu Marrow Washing Pill. Qionglu Wash Marrow Pill can not only improve physical fitness, but also increase cultivation. There are still a few pills left, why not? Thinking of this elixir, Luo Shen couldn't help but take it out. In the dangerous world of the martial god plane, it is really dangerous not to master enough powerful power. Especially now that the spiritual energy of heaven and earth is about to recover, it is uncertain that powerful extraterrestrial beasts will emerge at any time in the future. A king-level alien beast with complete power to destroy a city. And if even more terrifying beasts than the king level appear and destroy several cities, it's no problem. With a grit of his teeth, he swallowed the elixir and its terrifying power instantly spread throughout his body. The Biming divine skill operates on its own, transforming these terrifying powers into Biming true qi, but more importantly, into martial spirits. No, there's more power, this. Luo Shen suddenly realized that the power of the elixir was too powerful to be fully transformed by the northern underworld divine arts. If you want to completely transform, it may take a long time. After much thought, there is still no good solution. At this moment, the terrifying power of Xiandan came into his sea of consciousness. Moreover, the power of these elixirs gradually emanates from the sea of consciousness and is continuously absorbed by the Biming divine arts. Is that enough? Luo Shen is a bit confused, but it's finally a good thing. He clearly felt the continuously increasing martial spirit in his body, and the power of the elixir was constantly enhancing his strength. After fully absorbing the power of the elixir, it is unknown how strong it will be. At this moment, he really envies Sun Wukong and has become a top expert by taking drugs directly in the alchemy room of the Supreme Lord. What a delightful thing that was. What level has this power reached now? We need to find a place to try it out. Luo Shen stood up and walked towards the door. He took a taxi outside the school and headed towards the beach. At this moment, the night is already deep. Chapter 10. One fist shocking the sky and earth, 5 watches. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The beach in the deep city was already empty by late night. The narrow coastline is silent, in stark contrast to the hustle and bustle of the day. Walking on the soft beach, the sea breeze blows at night, the tides rise and fall, and the sound of the waves becomes much more pleasant. Even in the dark night, he was able to see the surrounding scenery clearly. After being strengthened by the elixir, even vision has been greatly enhanced. Moreover, the increase in cultivation brings an indescribable perception. It seems that at this moment, as long as he is willing, he can easily capture the dynamics of mosquitoes 100 meters away. If the air machine senses, it will be able to detect further forces. After confirming that there was no one around, Luo Shen looked at the sea and took a deep breath, and the beaming divine skill reached its extreme. La 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 la. At the moment when the divine skill was activated, the surrounding airflow changed, causing water columns to explode on the sea surface. He remained calm and focused, his gaze firmly fixed on the distance. Without practicing Tai Chi, I just took a step forward, as if crossing a chasm and reaching the sea surface. One punch. A punch that contains all the power. Boom. A fist facing the sea fell with a loud bang, and the seemingly ordinary fist now contained infinite energy and blood, as if a pillar from the sky was crashing towards the sea. Bang. The fist was full of force, and the extremely domineering martial spirit power poured out from the fist, launching a crazy attack on the sea beneath the fist. Time and time again, only one punch was made, but the power of that punch seemed to never stop. The sea was blasted open, creating a huge vortex. The vortex continues to expand, and in the blink of an eye, it has exceeded a kilometer. At the center of the vortex is the constantly crumbling seabed. Seawater flowed through the vortex and continuously poured into the cracked seabed, with a loud roar, as if the door to hell had opened. Terrifying to the extreme. Luo Shen's eyebrows twitched as he never expected that the punch he made would have such an effect. It should be the strength of the Grandmaster realm. Luo Shen calculated secretly, and the Grandmaster's strength seen on TV should be similar to his current level. However, just as he was about to finish work, the power of the elixir seemed to sense something, and in an instant, it rushed out with his fist strength, once again crashing into the sea. Boom boom. The seabed emitted a fragile moan, and the vortex with a diameter of kilometers continued to expand several times at this moment. God Luo was shocked and immediately put away the beaming divine skill. The power of the elixir quickly returned to the sea of consciousness and continued to slowly emit its power. The Luo god, who had regained his beaming divine skill, suddenly felt dizzy, but his martial spirit was once again depleted in his body. This punch contains all his martial spirit. Ding! It has been detected that the guild leader's strength is depleted. Do you want to purchase a stamina talisman to restore it? Physical stamina symbol. Luoshen's body was falling towards the vortex, and he didn't have time to think. He agreed to purchase stamina talismans and then use them directly. After using the stamina symbol, his exhausted strength was instantly replenished. Luo Shen immediately used the beaming divine skill and flew towards the shore, then quickly headed towards the school and disappeared into the vast night. After he left, some people came to the beach, and the vortex had not yet closed. This, is it Master Ma Huateng's move? What a commotion. Seeing the terrifying vortex, the cultivators who arrived were completely bewildered. Perhaps the only one who can achieve this effect is the Great Master, right? Looking at that terrifying abyss, I don't even know how much the seabed has been shattered. No, it's not the Grand Master Ma Huateng, but someone else. Is it the undiscovered Grand Master? A master spoke seriously, and the people around him showed him immense respect. Master-level experts are also very rare and highly respected in the realm of martial arts gods. I will report this matter to the public, and others cannot speak publicly for now. If it is truly an unknown great master, then it is my fortune in China and the world. Yes. Understood. A group of cultivators agreed one after another, and with the master here, they have absolute say. Returning to the dormitory, Luo Shen calmed down for a moment and then entered the guild mall to take a look. There are many things in the guild mall that he didn't have a chance to carefully examine before. Now he focuses on stamina symbols. A stamina talisman that can instantly replenish all strength. And a stamina talisman requires 100 points of points. This is simply a good thing for killing people and stealing goods. As long as there are enough points, he is confident that he can exhaust a great master. After reviewing for a moment, he prepared to send a screenshot of the stamina symbol to the guild. After arriving at the guild chat room, the discussion in front of him left him bewildered. Are these people all talkative? Changchun Xiaoyaozi said, so why don't you go down to the heavenly court, raise your flag as a demon, and ally with Sun Wukong to form a golden orchid. That way, you won't be a dragon trap, but a prominent anti-heavenly court force. Changchun Xiaoyaozi, a young man, said, really, it's really embarrassing to be like this now. Poor Taoist Zhang Sanfeng said, although Xiaoyaozi's words are very rough, even a bad idea. However, you can give it a try seriously. It makes sense. But it always feels a bit inappropriate, said Tai by Jin Xing, who is not a suitable dragon suit. Luo Shen expressed confusion. What is the situation? Isn't it too white Venus for a dragon suit? Has everyone changed their name? And why are these people instigating Tai by Jin Xing? He is an old and kind person. Will your conscience not hurt when you do this? The most outrageous thing is that Tai by Jin Xing is actually considering this feasibility. The plain gaze of Tai by Jin Xing in the Lingxiao treasure hall swept across the entire venue, silently expressing his desire to kill several immortals and offer sacrifices to the heavens, so that he could directly descend to the heavenly court. Luoshen said, you guys are really enough. There are many ways, shouldn't that be the case? By the way, if Tai by Jin Xing really goes down to heaven, I will doubt whether he is actually Tai by Jin Xing. Poor Taoist Zhang Sanfeng said, that's right, so let's think of other ways. Also, at all members, now the extinct old Nun of Ame sect is bringing a group of people to discuss with the old Taoist about attacking the Ming sect. What do you think? Luo Shen. Conquering Mingjiao. So, is the plot of the final battle at Guanming Peak already approaching?